Today I'm going to talk about everything that I did not like about this brand new update, and this brand new update obviously focused on raids and artifacts, so those two things are going to be the main things that I'm going to bring up throughout the video. And one more thing I'm going to bring up in this video is the whole situation between free-to-play and pay-to-win players, because those two type of players are always at their throats and complaining about certain things, which I think is kind of dumb. I think there's a better way to look at it, which is exactly what I'm going to talk about in this video as well. And I would really appreciate it if you watch the entire video, because this update brought us a really big problem and practically nobody is talking about it, and I really do not know why. So really quickly, before I talk about the really big problem, I first have to talk about solo raids in general so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. So first of all, I think we can all agree that having more solo raid events is a good thing, because fighting the same bosses over and over again can get boring really fast. However, unfortunately, my biggest problem with these brand new bosses is that very clearly you can see that these bosses are a lot more difficult for normal mode than any of the bosses we've ever had. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want every single boss that I fight to be a cakewalk, because that would be boring. However, at the same time, that does not mean that I want every single boss that I fight to have damage reduction, which basically nerfs all of my characters, and I definitely also do not want 5 different bosses that I have to fight that have crit immunity. That's a little too much for my liking, especially since the artifacts are behind a paywall. Or unless you want to wait after every single time you defeat Raven to collect only one brand new artifact, which would take up way too much time, and you pretty much do need the new artifacts to defeat the raids in a reasonable amount of time. This is definitely my second biggest complaint about the brand new solo raids, because it's really not at all friendly to brand new players or noobs or people that don't play the game too much, which I agree should be a part of the game, but not to this extent, and especially not in normal mode. Now, with all that being said, I'm pretty sure 99% of you can agree to everything I just said, at least to some extent. But now, I'm going to give you guys my true number one reason why I have a big problem with this brand new update. And this is something I really just do not hear anybody talking about. Okay, so if we go back just a little bit and remember Dawn of Apocalypse, Dawn of Apocalypse was a really cool event. The bosses were not that hard, some of them were really annoying, which is fine. If you wanted to defeat Darkseid, it wasn't super hard. Once you defeated Darkseid, you got the best artifact for the new event. It was all great. And then we move on to Rise of Krypton. Rise of Krypton was a lot harder than Dawn of Apocalypse, but you can make your life a lot easier if you got one of the brand new artifacts that were really good, like the spear, like the war suit, and especially the Beta Club. And the Beta Club was a different breed. To put it simply, it was built different, because you would just do so much more damage than anything else in the game if you had the Beta Club and Batman Ninja Catwoman with the Batman Ninja team. And even though you had to pay for the Beta Club, unless you got really lucky off of your rewards, it was, and it probably still is, miles better than any other artifact in the game. And now, if we fast forward to today and we look at what's going on with the brand new event, the brand new event is really hard, and if you want to get the best thing in the game to defeat the event, you have to pay $50 or $100 for Raven, because she is for sure the best damage dealer or the best support character in the game, or you have to get lucky off of a chest. And you know what? That's fine. A lot of things in the game have been like that for a long time, where you either had to pay money or you just had to be really lucky. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. However, I do have a massive problem when the best thing in the game that a lot of people spent a lot of money on, which was the Beta Club before the new event came out, got quote unquote accidentally nerfed through a glitch the moment that the brand new solo raid events came out. I mean, come on, bro. How stupid do you think I am? You really nerfed accidentally the Beta Club, and I think it was through lethal damage, which has been accidentally nerfed, quote unquote, like 3 different times over the last year, and it happened the moment that the brand new event came out? Nah, bro. You just want us to buy Raven. I know what you're doing, NetherRealm. I know what you're doing, bro. You're over here trying to nerf what a lot of people paid for and a lot of people worked for, so we could go out and buy Raven and then maybe nerf Raven in the future and then refix Beta Club in like a month? Not gonna lie, that's a really good way of making money, because after a lot of people see how much damage they do with Raven and didn't have the beta club before, now they're gonna want to buy the beta club. And people that had the beta club but it got nerfed are gonna want to buy Raven. Now, a lot of people at this point will probably think, why would you spend money on the game anyways? This game is a big scam. And you know what? I agree. A lot of things in the game are definitely not worth buying and very, very overpriced. However, with that being said, people still have the right to choose to do whatever they want to do with their money, regardless of how anybody else feels. I truly do believe that. So long story short, if you do not understand what I'm trying to say, I'm basically saying that I do not like that NetherRealm, whenever they want, can nerf anything in the game that's good, and even if people paid for it, it doesn't matter, because NetherRealm is going to add something brand new that's going to be doing more damage. That is so unbelievably messed up. That's almost like buying an iPhone 11, but then getting the software updates for an iPhone 4, you know? Like, you still have it, but it's not the same thing, right? It's not what you paid for. And that is so messed up, because I can almost guarantee you in the future, Raven is going to get nerfed, and then there's going to be something overpowered added to the game, and then that thing is going to get nerfed, and then they're going to fix Raven, and it's just going to be a massive chain of spending money on stuff that you did not spend money on to begin with. And again, regardless of whether or not you want to complain about people spending money in the game, let's just not ignore the fact that this is pretty much completely illegal. You can't be doing stuff like this. I know that NetherRealm will say something like, oh, well, it was just a glitch, we're gonna fix it in the future. But like, dude, you gotta fix it the next day or something, right? Because a lot of people spend a lot of money on this stuff. And right now, today, at this moment in time that I'm recording this video, it's been a week since the beta club was nerfed. That's a long time. That is a really, really long time. So look, man, if you want to make the bosses harder, fine, cool, no problem with that. If you want to make, more OP stuff in the game, put it behind a paywall or make it really lucky for you to get that stuff, fine. Cool, I got no problem. It's been like that for a long time. But when you're telling me that stuff that a lot of people worked for and waited for and maybe even paid for can get nerfed at the snap of your fingers whenever you feel like it, that's crossing a line. And that line is the illegal line. And I'm Mexican. I know what that line looks like very, very well. Alright guys, I know this is going to sound weird, but everything I just said was from like 3 or 4 days ago, because I recorded this video a while ago. But today, right now, me talking right now in this moment, is the day that I'm going to upload the video. And obviously, we already know the stuff about Raven. I already talked a little bit more about that, which is a little bit different from this video, because this video I was talking about the beta club, right? So I'm not going to talk about anything else in the game, even though I was going to. This video was going to be a little bit longer, but I'm just going to leave it for the next week, because that's when we find out what's going to be going on with Raven, whether or not she's going to be, super nerfed or just slightly changed. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a good day, stay safe and stay clean, and I'll see you guys later.